Number 1. Cops assault an Army officer and immediately regret it.
Driver, roll the window down.
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. Turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window.
I can't tell.
Put your hands out the window and turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window.
He's not complying, Judge.
Come around your side.
Let me see your hands. How many occupants are in the vehicle?
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door.
I'm not getting out the vehicle. What's going on?
Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
What's going on?
Get out of the car, now!
Open the door and get out the car.
Hold still, hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window.
My hands are right here. What's going on?
Get out of the car now!
Get out of the car.
What's
now!
going on?
Get out of the car now!
A distressing encounter unfolds between an Army lieutenant, later identified as Karen Nazario, and Virginia police officers during a traffic stop. The incident, recorded on a body camera, showcases a tense exchange between Nazario and the officers, revealing a troubling display of excessive force and misunderstanding.
Sir, just get out the car.
I'm trying to breathe. Ugh.
Get out of the car now!
That's fucked up. That's really fucked up.
Get out of the car and get on the ground now! You're gonna get it!
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt. Can you?
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car!
Can you please?
Get out of the car now! Listen! Take off your seatbelt and get out of the car!
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car!
Look.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the
Look.
Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the
My
car.
hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please. Look. This is very messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car! Take your seatbelt off! What are you, a specialist corporal, or are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car! Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car! You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just complied. Get out of the car!
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine! Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car! Straight onto the ground! Straight onto the ground!
Ma'am.
Is your commanding officer available?
Down! Let's go!
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground! Get on the
Can
ground!
you please talk to
Get
me
on the
about what's
ground
going
now!
on?
Get on the ground and you're getting sprayed again! Get on the ground!
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on
going
the ground!
on?
Get on the ground now!
The video begins with the officers instructing Nazario to roll down his window and put his hands outside the vehicle. Despite his compliance, the situation escalates quickly as the officers demand him to step out of the car.
Is there any weapons on you, sir? No. Okay. Any weapons in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. What kind? Where and at?
What kind of dog you got?
He's mixed. He's a service animal.
Why didn't you just do as we asked, sir? Why didn't you just do
I
as we
was
asked?
complying. My hands out.
No, you weren't. You were not. My partner put his blue lights on.
Yes.
You didn't stop.
I was pulling over to a well-lit area for my safety and yours. I have respect for law enforcement.
No, you don't.
It's
No, you don't. No. Wrong answer, sir. If you did, we would not be in this situation right now. All
Can I
right?
get some water, please?
Absolutely. Sit right on this curb right here. Turn around.
Come sit on this curb.
Walk backwards. Walk backwards.
Can you get some water? Can you open up the window for my dog?
I got him. I got him all
I hear
in.
him choking.
We
I
already
got him
did.
all in.
We already opened it.
I'm gonna go grab a
Sit down.
bottle
I
of
got
water.
you. Sit down on the
All right,
curb.
Judge. You good with that?
Yeah. Sit down on the curb. Sit down right there.
Nazario, clearly afraid and confused, questions the officer's actions. He informs them that he is a military officer and expresses his reluctance to exit the vehicle due to his fear.
They refuse to get out, and when I told them to get out, try to take it out.
Keep your handcuffs on you for their sake. Until they can figure out what's up, but why do you want to stop for them? They're probably going to leave you. It was a dark area. I pulled over to a well-lit place. That's fine. You didn't tell him that.
I told him that, and that's why I don't understand why I'm still in
Sir, how do you say your last name?
Nazario.
Okay, Mr. Nazario. I know this doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but the more that you blink, it's going to cause your eyes to tear, and it's going to get that burning out, okay? So blink for me.
You understand what you're saying?
The more that you blink your eyes, it's going to cause tearing.
Make your eyes tear up. Your natural tears have saline.
Blow my nose. Can I please blow my nose? Can
blow
you
right in
take
here.
the coke?
Go ahead, let it out. That'll help. Just cut your eyes first. Wipe my nose. Sorry, do you have any okay. Take your medication on a regular basis.
No.
Are you allergic to any medicine?
I got you. Can you please take the cuffs off? There's nothing going on. There's nothing wrong. Come on. This is
Obviously there is, because you wouldn't comply with us. All we did is ask you to get out of the car. And you refused. You said, no, I'm not getting out of the car.
I was asking what was going on. My hands are out the window.
And we told you it's a traffic stop, and you refused to comply. So hold on. Before we get to that, my medics are still here. Do you still need my medics?
Yes, I want to stay here.
We'll stand by, man. Okay. Stay here as long as you need us.
The officers continue to demand Nazario's compliance, threatening him with pepper spray. Despite Nazario's attempts to communicate and understand the situation, the officers forcefully spray him and eventually pull him out of the car and force him to the ground.
We'd be done by now.
Guns,
It's a simple traffic.
guns are drawn.
It's a simple traffic violation.
Mr. Nazario, look, you want to stop in a well-lit area because you're nervous.
Yes.
The whole BLM movement, you're probably nervous and all that. They feel the same way. They're nervous for their jobs and their lives. I get where you're coming from. They get where you're coming from. But let's let this pepper spray kind of wear off and stuff, and then just have an intelligent conversation with them.
Driving all the way down here. First of all, you passed a well-lit parking lot there, but okay, you felt more comfortable here, okay? Coming here was not the problem. That was not the problem. The problem is when you refuse to get out of the car. Okay? You refuse to get out of the car. When we got here and you stepped out of the car, I can promise you, this would have been over by now.
Throughout the encounter, Nazario maintains his composure, repeatedly stating that he has not committed any crimes and asking for clarification about why he is being treated this way.
One unit, Portsmouth to Norfolk.
They haven't told you where your next employment is?
We're going to being split up. I don't know if I'm going to be in Kuwait, but Afghanistan. I'm at the...
You're going to sandbox. I have no chest pain, short of breath.
Am I dog okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my brother's checked on. All the ones that
You alright if I pop the trunk? Hey, pup. Hey, pup.
Is it a blue nose?
Yeah.
Gorgeous dogs.
Thank you.
Carry dog with you on deployment or stay with family?
Amidst the confrontation, Nazario explained that he had not immediately stopped his car because he wanted to find a well-lit area for his safety, which is a common practice for individuals during traffic stops, especially considering recent events and concerns about racial profile. However, the officers insist that his actions raise suspicion, leading to their aggressive response.
Okay, so look, all this was going to be was, hey man, I stopped you, you didn't have a tag, you got your driver's license, I'd have ran you, and you'd have been on your way, okay? What would have been a 2-minute traffic stop turned into all this?
As I was telling him, you know, I've pulled over to well-lit areas before, and I've never looked out the window and saw guns blazing immediately.
So the reason we did that is because we followed you for 1.5 miles with lights and sirens on, and you didn't pull over. I understand you want to get to a well-lit area, a well-lit area. I get that, but when we follow you that long, look at the climate this day, and against everybody, against us, against y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not out to hurt you, and I know you don't want to hurt me. That's not what it's about. What it's about is making sure that everybody goes home at the end of the day. So when you don't stop and you continue to proceed, our suspicions are raised. What's going on in the car? What don't he want us to see? So you pull into here, and if you would have just complied with the simple commands that we were giving you originally, it would have been done and over with. And you would have got back on your car and you'd be gone by now. But you wouldn't get out the car. You wouldn't comply.
It just looking out the mirror and seeing your guns out already. That's what I was asking, like, what's going on? I was just,
and not to mention you have
just confused.
I know you weren't reaching, but not to mention you had a gun at your right leg. You get our perspective though on the safety issue for us as well. You get that?
Yeah, I do, and that's why I put my hands out and I was asking what.
And when you put your hands out, they were like this outside the window. How do we know nothing's in your hands? And I was telling you, stick your hands out, stick your hands out, stick your hands out. Then I was having you step out. You wouldn't do any of it. You following what I'm saying? Okay? So this can go one or two ways, okay? I don't want to hem you up. I'm going to be straight up with you. You're a good man. You've made lieutenant in the Army. How hard was that? That wasn't an easy task, was it?
No, it wasn't.
And what would this do to your career?
It would hurt it, and I'm in the middle of getting promoted right now anyway. So yeah.
To what, captain or first lieutenant?
To first lieutenant.
Okay.
Nazario's military background as a serving lieutenant becomes a central point of contention during the encounter. Despite his attempts to defuse the situation by informing the officers of his military status and expressing his cooperation, the officers continue to use force and threats against him.
I got no problem. I'll sit here with you till you get your eyes back and send you on down the road. Okay? I don't want to charge you. I will. It's my job. I don't want to. The chief's giving me discretion on how to handle it. He's like, these are the two choices. I said, that's what I was thinking. That's what I want to do. He's like, not a problem. We can either let it go, help him out, get his eyes back, and get him on down the road so the Army doesn't get involved, or we can charge you, and then it's a big hassle for you. It doesn't change my life one way or the way. You see what I'm saying? It's not about me. This is about you, what you want to do. If you want to just chill, let this go, and no charges filed, we'll take the handcuffs off, we'll get you a bottle of water to drink on, and sit here until you feel comfortable driving. All right? Mm-hmm. Or the other option is we write the summons, discharge you, and by then we have no choice. We have to notify your command. And again, I don't have to be an ass. I don't have to be threatening. I say that because that's just the way it is. Okay? I just talked to my boss. Those are the two choices that he gave me. Personally, as a veteran who served, okay, I did 6 years before. My wife's a retired sailor. She retired as a EA out of the Navy. Okay, I don't want to see you get jammed up by the Army. Okay, I don't want to see it happen. If you need to spit, just let us know. Go ahead and spit. We've both been sprayed, so we know what it's like. It sucks. If you need to spit, go ahead and spit. You're not going to offend us.
Good.
All right. What do you want to do, Lieutenant? I'll let you tell me because.
I mean, nobody's going to ask for charges, so you know I'm not going to ask for that.
I understand that. However, I have to make that option available to you, right? I mean, I have to. So here's what I want to do. Especially as calm as you've been since everything ended, I want to take the handcuffs off, let you sit here with smoke. We'll sit here and wait with you. Let your eyes come back. Okay, because it takes anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes depending on how much actually got in the eyeball itself before you can really see well how to drive, especially at night. Okay? We'll sit here with you, and then we'll get you on down the road. And the command won't know nothing about it. All right?
I do have a good rapport with my command, so I wouldn't feel right not talking to them about it. So
well, that's entirely on you. I'll put it this way then for you. They're going to hear from you. They will not hear from us. I'll give you that much respect, okay? Because I understand, I told you, I was in for 6 years. It's always better for the command to hear it first from you than somebody else.
As the situation proceeds, the officers offer Nazario two options. Either they can charge him with offenses related to the incident, potentially jeopardizing his military career, or they can wait for his eyes to recover from the pepper spray, allowing him to continue his journey without official charges. Nazario chooses to inform his command about the incident, preferring transparency despite the potential consequences. Following this shocking altercation, Nazario filed a lawsuit against the cops, which resulted in the jury awarding Nazario $1,000 in punitive damages after finding that Officer Daniel Crocker conducted an illegal search under state law, and $2,685 in compensatory damages after finding that Officer Joseph Gutierrez, who was fired after the incident, assaulted Nazario. But while we see the cops were at fault here, the roles were completely switched in the next case. Take a look. Number 2. Impersonator arrested.
Thing is, when we came up on him, when we came up on him, we thought he was a police officer because he had a firearm on him, he had a duty belt, he had a thin blue line jacket on him. His car is a police interceptor car. Like, he has rumblers on it, he has red and blue lights, you name it, the whole 10 yards, you know. Even the antennas, you know, the police antennas, he even has that on his car, but no radio. So, I don't know. But,
you could give me the serial number and I'll see if that's in the system, but I ran to see if he has a permit and he doesn't have a permit.
Okay, he doesn't have a permit to be able to carry a firearm either. He doesn't have a permit.
No, I don't.
Okay.
So you see when you guys turned on the red and blues, so those are basically the options that I have.
For all the lights for you and stuff.
That I pretty much, that's my car, and I pretty much forgot that I had it like that because it literally has different setups.
An incident unfolds in Miami where police officers encounter a man dressed as a police officer, leading to a series of events that eventually culminate in his arrest. The man approached the officers dressed in attire that strongly resembled law enforcement's, including a duty belt and a jacket with police-like markings.
I mean, it looked like you do good work. It's just, I know the other detective, when we were initially talking, she explained it to you a little bit. I wasn't around, but I'm assuming she did. Like,
She did. She told me everything what it seemed like and
that
everything.
would have said security or anything, it would have been like, okay, yeah, I understand. You know, yeah, you have the different options. Okay.
And that's why I want to wrap it. I want to wrap it for that same reason. Because I know it'll be less of a headache. Because to have a wrap that says emergency lighting on the side. I mean,
realistically, I don't know what she told you, but I mean, you don't need a cage.
I haven't gotten a chance to that yet, to be honest. I bought the car with it and I haven't gotten a chance to it. The rear partition, I got it because it had actually one to the trunk as well to divide the backseat from the trunk. I was able to get that one out, but that one I didn't get to.
In the future, I would do anything and everything to make the car not look like any of the police cars on the street.
His vehicle, a police interceptor car, was also equipped with various police-rated features such as red and blue lights, sirens, and antennas commonly seen on police vehicles.
No. That you've been arrested before for impersonating police officers?
He kind of mentioned that slightly when he said he's not trying to do that yet.
Okay.
I was arrested when I was 16, 17 for impersonating.
Did you tell her you had
When I was a
13
juvenile.
felonies? Did you tell her you had 13 felonies?
I did state that I had multiple felonies for driving.
So you're
Yes.
convicted felon is not supposed to have a firearm.
Yeah.
Well,
You were in
hence the
possession
reason
of a
why
firearm
I started
when we
clearing
walked
my
out.
stuff out, and I got my G license. Well, I applied for my G license.
You can't get a G license if you have 13 felonies.
It was when we got here and we was talking to you initially.
So I was told that if I cleared my stuff out, I'd be...
Who told you? Because that's not correct.
Well, they had told me that it was non-violent, so I wouldn't have an issue being a security guard.
All right, hang on. Let's put him in the car.
All right, come on. Let's go in my car. We'll figure it out now. But for right now, as far as I'm concerned, you have 13 felonies. You're in possession of a firearm when we walked up to you. On the other side, there's more room.
Let me ask you. We're gonna tow your car because we don't want to leave it there. All right. Do you have any other guns or any other weapons in the car? Sure. There's no other firearm we're gonna find. There's no other knife, bulletproof vest.
So there is a vest in the car that I was using earlier today for the same event I was working.
Okay.
And it just says public safety officer on it.
Okay. Where is that one?
I believe it might be in the back seat.
In the back seat?
Correct.
Okay.
And then,
is there any...
if I'm not mistaken, the same gentleman that you spoke to today, he was working with me at the other event, and he did a sell of a gun or something like that, and I think there's a firearm in a case, though.
In a case?
In the car.
Okay.
If not, it would be the empty case.
Sarmiento's with the car?
Initially, when questioned about his identity, the man claimed to be a security guard. However, he could not provide proper identification or a security guard license when asked. The officers questioned him about the presence of a firearm, and it was revealed that he did not have a permit to carry the weapon.
Let me ask you, the license that you applied for, the security license you applied for, was it for armed or unarmed?
For armed.
For armed. And you still haven't...
I haven't gotten it by mail, the actual hard one.
Okay. Have you gotten like an approval or disapproval or any...
I haven't gotten no letter yet. And I've had that same address on my license for years. It's the one that I use.
Okay.
I was just hoping that that's something I'd be able to do because I couldn't be what I wanted to be. For obvious reasons, as you already know.
Just so we're on the same page, what was it that you wanted to be?
A cop. I was an explorer when I was little and I wanted to be a cop.
Where were you an explorer?
From Miami-Dade, out of Post 526 in Miami Lakes.
Out of Miami Beach?
I was with Officer Lesmus over there, and then I was with Randy Russell and Officer Kimsey out of Northside. And then after that, when my license started getting messed up, it was downhill from there, so.
As the conversation progressed, the man explained that he had modified his car with emergency lights for demonstration purposes, intending to showcase his work to potential clients, such as law enforcement agencies.
After my last conviction, I said I'm gonna do my time and, fix myself. I will never lie to you. I don't enjoy it. I don't. Much less as a gay man. I would never enjoy jail like that. So.
Now let me ask you this. You said you've done like what? Been arrested before?
Yeah, I've been arrested before for license. Every time as a habitual, I had to take the ride. It was the reality of it. And I would tell them.
Have you been arrested for anything else?
I've been arrested before also for impersonating, and it got dropped. I never got convicted for it. And also when I was younger, I also got arrested for it once because I had some amber lights on my car. And that got dropped as well because I was a juvenile.
Okay.
But that was it. And last time it was because the officer pulled me over and he saw that I had the same thing, a vest and stuff. And I told him, listen, I was working. That was it.
How long ago was that arrest?
I want to say maybe about 3.5 years. 3 years, give or take.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more. I don't know because I've been clean for a while.
Okay.
I have.
And what you do for the car, like the stuff you have in there, and you bought the car like that?
So the car came with a partition. The car came with a spotlight, came with a push bar. The only stuff that I took off was lights that were on the push bar like yours that are red and blue. And I took those out and I added mines, which are the green and whites and amber in the push bar. The speakers and some antennas were on it. Others, I added it because it does give it a better look.
The man also shared his past experiences, mentioning that he had been arrested in the past for impersonating a police officer and had a history of felony convictions.
Why'd you change the rims on the car?
It came with those.
It came with
I
those?
had changed them to the other ones, like the ones on that car recently, because I was working on a white one like that, and it had those hubcaps. And I had put those on my car temporarily because I didn't want it to stand out so much. Because with those center caps, it does stand out, but I initially got the car like that. I can show you a video of the day that I got it with my old car next to it, and it was just like that.
As far as you using the car, you only use it for when you are doing security?
Well, no, I use it also for when I do funeral escorts, because again, I've found out that you don't need a license for that, just a driver's license. I don't know if I'm right or wrong on that. That's what I was told. So I do use the amber white lights. I do use them for funeral services.
Despite his attempts to justify his actions and clarify his intentions, the officers continued to question him about the legality of his activities and the modifications made to his vehicle.
I get the rumblers. I deal with a light brand called Phoenix.
Okay.
So I got rumblers from them at a dealer price, and obviously I install it. And my car obviously has one as well, yes.
As far as when you were showing us the lights earlier,
Correct.
You were showing us certain light bars, and then I asked you if I could see the light panel, and you agreed.
Correct.
And
Because I honestly have forgotten. I don't know if you have my phone or not. I can show you on my Instagram the different ways that I can play with the lights. And I have videos of all the lights in white, in amber, in red, in blue, mixture of blue, white, red, white, because you actually can play around with the colors, and I had forgotten that I had set it up like that.
When did you set it up like that?
I don't know, maybe about a month ago. It was a morning that I was at my job, at my full-time job.
Throughout the conversation, the man expressed regret for his previous actions and emphasized his desire to avoid trouble and make positive changes in his life.
I don't know.
And you said you've worked there for 2 months?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything that I didn't ask that you think is relevant?
Not really, because I know at the end of the day, it's inevitable. Just, I honestly, last time I got arrested was about 4.5, 5 years ago. And I truly decided to want to change, find something, get out of trouble, stop driving, I even had to suck it up and ask my parents for help for a long time, just so I wouldn't drive, so I can have them help me.
He mentioned that he had been clean for a few years and was trying to pursue a legal means of employment, including working as a security guard and doing car installations. Despite his explanations, the officers remained skeptical, leading to his eventual arrest. Although the suspect here was respectful and accepted his mistake, the next one on the list did completely the opposite. Number 3, man tries to fight a cop and gets knocked down. On November 6, 2021, an incident unfolded at a warming center in La Crosse, Wisconsin, which escalated into a confrontation between law enforcement officers and a man named John Tular. The situation began when the police responded to a fight complaint between John and a woman at the center. Surveillance footage captured John chasing the woman and attempting to stab her multiple times, leading to a physical altercation in the kitchen area.
Oh, no, she didn't.
An employee said after he separated the two, John pulled a knife from his pocket and lunged at him and others in the kitchen.
That's where he pulled out the knife. Is right about here.
When an employee intervened, John pulled out a knife and continued to threaten people in the kitchen. Despite attempts to de-escalate the situation, John remained agitated, shouting and swinging the knife. Police officers arrived at the scene and tried to calm him down.
I'm sick of that shit. I'm going to stop that neck on bitch. I'll break her neck, man. What I'll do, I've been prison 22 years. I'll break that bitch's neck and go arrest my. I don't give a fuck. Motherfucking vehicle. Wrong bed, man. Fuck that whore, man. She a goddamn meth whore. I'll No, I'll stomp on her neck and I'll break that.
John, we're done talking now.
Yeah,
okay?
we were done talking.
No, I just want you to calm
No,
down.
fucker, you don't know me. Do you know me? You better check your camera right now. Punch my name in. It'll tell you what's happening here. It'll tell you what's fixing it.
I don't know. You said you went to prison.
I don't fuck that. These cops know me in this town. I'll get nasty with all you motherfuckers.
John, do you remember from a couple weeks ago? Didn't I give you a ride?
Yeah, you did, man. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Have you been, other than tonight, you've been doing good though?
I've been doing
pretty good.
They recognized him and engaged in conversation, urging him to drop the knife and cooperate.
John, you can't. Hey, what are you reaching for, buddy? Don't reach. Don't reach. Get your hands up, John. We're not doing this, John. Don't reach for anything. Do not reach for anything. We're not doing this. Hey, we were cool. John, we were...
During the interaction, John seemed intoxicated and angry, repeatedly mentioning that he wanted to go home and expressing frustration about the altercation with the woman. Despite officers' efforts to defuse the situation, John became increasingly aggressive, making threats and refusing to comply with their instructions.
That's not what we want.
Come on, John. I give you 30 minutes.
John, just listen to me. Just listen to me right here.
The guy's ready. Oh, you punch him.
As the confrontation escalated, John refused to be arrested and warned the officers that he would start swinging if they attempted to apprehend him. His continual resistance led to a physical struggle with the police. Despite officers' attempts to control the situation, John continued to resist, prompting them to use force to subdue him.
Is he complaining the injury? What? Is he complaining the injury?
John, you want medical attention?
Yeah. Down on the ground. What?
He said he was down on the ground. He's requesting medical.
Just take him.
Hospital?
Okay, because it's going to be more of a scene.
Yeah. I can follow you down.
All right.
During the arrest, John removed his jacket and assumed a boxer stance, indicating a readiness to fight. Despite warnings and attempts to de-escalate, the situation became more intense with each passing second. Eventually, officers managed to secure John and took him into custody.
I'm not too low. I have to turn back around. I ain't mad. Okay, you know me. You know me. You know me. And you know me. And you know me. I've been here a long time. Just come up. Let's go ahead. Let's do this right. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Come on. I'm mad. Yeah.
During the encounter, John made threats against the officers, stating that he would obtain a gun and shoot them the next time he encountered them.
Let's go down. I'm trying to lay down. I'm trying to lay down for sleep. I don't want bed. I want to sleep. I've been up 9 days. No sleep, smoking mad. No eat. I want to lay down. That's what I'm trying to do.
Get you a place to sleep.
Fuck
John was left bandage.
Don't deal with me. That's why these fuckers bad did that shit. Pig ass bitch. Why
He originally wanted to go to the hospital, and then on the way there he said, no, I don't want anything. So he did decline medical attention. So,
As a result of the incident, John was charged with multiple felony counts, including second-degree recklessly endangering safety and battery to a law enforcement officer, along with misdemeanor counts of battery, resisting an officer, and disorderly conduct. If you want to see more shocking videos like this, please subscribe to the channel.